What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be doing a tier list of the best power forwards in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM land. Apologies if at some stages in this video I do have to pause for a couple of seconds. Like I'm feeling okay. It's just that I may end up just needing to cough or something, and I would rather that not be on the video. So if you do see a pause, don't worry. I'm just a little bit sick at the minute. I should be okay in a day or two. Like it's not anything serious. Trust me. Don't worry about it. It is not anything serious. It's just it's something that happens to me quite a bit at this stage of the year. It's nothing at all. Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look. These are only going to be primary power forwards, and there's a big gap in primary. That's all I'm going to say. There's a big gap. So when we're talking about power forwards, you've got the really, really good ones, and then you've got a big drop. You've got an absolutely huge drop to like the weaker players on this list. So, Derrick Jones Jr. I mean, he's chicken. He is absolutely chicken. He's, again, an incredibly easy player to agree with. I think at this stage, do we have to put him in D? I think we might have to put him in D at this stage. I really do. I think it's tough to, it's really, really tough to put him above D. He might also be lower than D, but I'm going to put him in D. Amari Stoudemire, I mean, look, he's not bad. He's not good either. Like, he is one of the weakest pink diamond cards in the entire game. Is he worth completing Dom for? No, but at the same time, it is probably worth it getting Steph Curry from Dom. And you get like the whatever, what is it, like 300 and something tokens? What is it? You get like 60 by 6 or something. You get like 360 tokens. Like, so Dom, I think Dom might be worth to complete, but not for this guy. This guy is so average. Like, he won't even be close to making my team. And again, I still run DeAndre Ayton at center. Amari Stoudemire does not even come remotely close to being in there with Bob Pettit. But Amari Stoudemire, B tier. AK, no brainer, S. He's the best. He is unreal. The guy is a shooter. He's the best on-ball defender in the game right now. You put Andrei Kirilenko on any version of Steph Curry, and you're just not getting past him. He just doesn't get hit by screens. And he's taller. So while yes, mismatch expert does trigger, there's nobody that's good uses mismatch expert. As in, like, there's no really good cards that could abuse mismatch expert yet. Like, if Steph Curry had like gold or Hoff mismatch expert, then yeah, you could be like, you know what, he will just shoot everything. But they only gave him silver. So as of right now, AK is still that dude, and it doesn't matter which version of AK you get. They play the exact same. I think one is Hoff Dimer, the other one doesn't. Honestly, it makes no odds which version of AK. They're the same card. Jameson. Jameson. I think Jameson's so much better than Amari, but he's also so much worse than AK. He's closer to Amari than he is to AK. Jameson is one of the like super underrated players in the game. And I don't know, well, I do know why he was super underrated. He came out in the limited edition packs where there was guaranteed pink diamonds. So nobody really batted an eye at any of the other limited edition cards except for Jalen Suggs, and that was just because I hyped him to the moon. So if we're looking at like Jameson here, you look at his stats, yeah, he's only a 76 speed. His defense are all decent stats. He's got all just decent post-game. He's got a really good release. His ball handling is not the greatest, but he's just a solid small forward. Like, he's not that much worse, for example, in my opinion, than like a Glenn Robinson. I think he plays like a slightly worse Glenn. So, I'm going to put him B. I'm going to put him B, but I think that's a fair spot. Anthony Davis. Ooh. I'm going to put him in S. I'm not that high in AD. I'm really not that high in him. I think he shoots the ball better than I would expect, but he doesn't get boards. His defense isn't the greatest. If you're playing him at power forward, I don't really see much of a point playing on power forward because there are a lot of better guys, but I know a lot of people do like him at center. I don't, personally. I do not like his AD. I was not high in his AD the day he came out. But he is solid. He is solid, don't get me wrong. So for me, Anthony Davis, I think S tier. I think probably belongs in S tier. But yeah, I'll say with S. Blake. Now Blake is good. There are no real weak cards yet. There are really no weak cards yet. Blake Griffin, he doesn't play much defense, but offensively he's still good. Like, his dunking is incredible. His movement is absolutely incredible. Offensively, he's got quick first step. He shoots the ball well. His defense just leaves off to be desired. So I'm going to put Blake in B. Pettit A. You know how much I want to move Pettit to S, but I'm not going to do that. Like, Pettit is the most, in my opinion, the most underrated player in the game. Because a lot of people are like, oh, he's only got 60 speed. But it's like, if you're, actually, you know what? If you're on current gen, Pettit's this tier at highest. If you're on next gen, Pettit is one of the best players on this list. Because Pettit blocks a ton of shots, but the whole thing with Pettit is that he's got that, like, he's got 70 ball handle, and he's got the exact same dribble sig as Steph Curry. So you can use him as a primary ball handler. And I'm telling you this right now, centers as primary ball handlers will be the meta by the end of the year. The whole two-man game with point guards as primary ball handlers or point guard setting screens, I figured that out day one. I've been doing that for years. I'm telling you this right now. Just like last year, centers, and just like last year and 2K20, centers as primary ball handlers will be the meta. Trust me, because the way they move, the way speed works, the way the players dribble, and there is almost a dribble glitch again. Like, Bob Pettit's between the legs is pretty much a dribble glitch. I'm telling you, lads. You may call me crazy now, but when we get to, like, January, I'm not even talking late in the year. I'm talking when centers get, like, 70 ball handling. Because a lot of big men are getting the equivalent of guard dribble sigs. I think that by January, point centers will be the meta. At latest March, point centers will be the meta. And we got Bojan Bogdanovic. E. Dude's a 6'7" power forward who can't really... He can shoot, but he can't do anything else. He can kind of defend the perimeter, but not really much else. So, we're 7 minutes into this list, and now we're gonna go to our lower tier guys. The guys that just straight up suck. You, at this stage in the year, I'm sorry, Larry, you're the worst here. I'm sorry, you can kind of shoot off the pop, but there are so many better versions of Larry Markin. There really, really are. Okay, so let's take a look who else is bad. Sarich? Kellogg. Oh, yeah, Clark Kellogg, sorry. Base 18. Like, I was kind of excited when I saw Clark Kellogg because in other years he had been good. Yeah, Clark Kellogg is not good this year. He is really, really not good. His overall game it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong, he's not terrible, but if you ask me whether or not I think that the card is good, I'm going to have to say no. He's really not great. Okay, so Jermaine O'Neal. No, he's not going bottom tier. Kenyon's not even going. Kenyon's going second bottom tier. Kenyon Martin shoots the ball deceptively well. I'm telling you this right now. Just shoot with this Kenyon Martin. He's a set shot 7. It is so easy to green. It is so easy. There are so many elite set shots in the game this year that I hope people stop like saying when you see set shot in a card, oh, the card's terrible. Set shot 17 sucks. Set shot 1 is not very good. Set shot, I'm trying to think what terrible set shots are there. Was set shot 2, the Bojan Bogdanovic one, is terrible. There are really bad set shots, but there are really good set shots. Obviously, set shot 25 is meant to be like the best. Set shot 7 is really good. Set shot 3 is easy to green, but it's kind of awkward. Set shot 14 is brilliant on next gen. There are so many set shots that are really decent. And Kenyon Martin's stats and badges aren't great, but he's so much better than the Amethyst. Where's LeBron? He's terrible. He's genuinely terrible. Like, I don't care what anyone says. This version of LeBron is awful. But is he worse than Bojan? That's actually a tough question. Like, Bojan at least shoots the ball and has clamps. Let's just take a look right here. Apologies for the pause right there. So like LeBron, let's just take a look. Versus Boyan. I think I might be gassed to saying Boyan's better. Yeah, LeBron's 100 times better. Okay. Let me swap these around because Boyan is better. LeBron, you know what? Like, as bad as LeBron is, LeBron's probably similar to Derrick Jones Jr. Giannis, they're probably both this tier. I was going to put them in a lower tier just because they were current cards, but it's like, no, the power forward position is such a discrepancy. Like, current cards have been in, like, for small forwards and 2 guards, have been in the lowest tiers. They had been in the lowest tiers. And my God, someone just got first Kevin Garnett. So, yeah, they are here. So, then we have got wherever Giannis is. Giannis is going to go same tier. You know what? They're better than Derrick Jones Jr. Let me just put these 3 in the same tier. None of them are good, though. And again, it just shows, like, none of these guys are good at all, seeing below. And these B and higher, C and higher guys are good. Like, small... The reason I was just putting these guys in the lower tiers, I was like, oh, are they actually that bad? It's like, yeah, they are. They are that bad. But, like, Kenyon Martin's not... I don't hate Kenyon Martin. Michael Porter Jr., same as Boyan. He's E. He's okay. He was really good for day 1, though. Danielle Marshall's better than all of them. Danielle Marshall is a chicken, man. He barely misses. And, like, again, his release is really decent. And he is Gold Sniper. Which, unfortunately, Gold Sniper is not what he used to be. But it's still a pretty good badge. Apologies again for a couple of pauses in this video. Hey, Bosch. Hey. Bosch is a really nice card. His jumper is good. His speed is okay. Even though he does have a set shot and not base 22, which he's had in other years, I still do rate the card. I still really do rate the card. There's nothing wrong with him. Really nothing wrong with Chris Bosch. Like, his speed is not the greatest, of course. He's not the greatest in terms of he'll get mashed quite easily, but he kind of does almost everything well, so... Yeah, Chris Bosch here an A. Chris Webber, S. I like Chris Webber. I like Chris Webber a lot more than I like AD. And I'll see what happens when it comes to... Because I'm only putting 5 in S tier. We might move AD down, but I think Chris Webber is fantastic. Like, Webber's ability to shoot the ball. Webber's ability to shoot the ball is absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane, lads. He dribbles the ball well. His post moves are really good, and he's got that base 22. And I said his ability to shoot the ball is absolutely insane. I meant his ability to shoot the ball as someone who can be an inside center is insane. So he can be an inside center and he can shoot the ball at a pretty high level. While he's not the greatest shooter in the world, I just lost track of what I was thinking when I said that. For what he is a fantastic shooter. Manning sucks. Manning, like D or C. He absolutely sucks. Saric, E. He was actually really good day 1. I will say that Saric was really good day 1. Dennis Rodman. If Dennis Rodman had a better release, he'd be A tier. There's people that know how to use Dennis Rodman and get him into positions to, like, abuse that rebound chaser. And, like, he can be really effective. I've used him in a lot of weeks of limited. And he's been solid. He really has been solid. But there has been a lot of... There's not weeks where or times where I've used him and I'm just like, yeah, he is not great at all. So I'm going to put him in B tier. Dirk Nowitzki. He's C or D. He's terrible. Dirk is absolutely terrible. And I feel bad for anyone who is trying to collect the cards to get a 99 every stat Dirk Nowitzki because he's going to suck. Like, we had Invincible. Did we have Invincible Dirk last year? Surely we had Invincible Dirk last year. We at least had a... Yeah, we had Invincible Dirk. Yeah, he was the very first Idols card. He's the very first Idols card that was an Invincible. And I will say this about Dirk, like he was not really it. Like people tried to use him and he wasn't very good. And that got 99 every stat, so that's probably what we're getting this year. Then we got Dolph S. No brainer, base 38 and quick, which I like. Some people don't like it. It is very, very quick. Some people love base 38 and quick, some people don't. Again, I have I have, used that release for the last couple of years and really liked it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Draymond Green. I mean, Draymond Green is B tier. Like, for completing the first Dom, he's probably the best. Since the days of, like, cards being outdated in, like, a week. Since, like, the 2K20 days, he's actually not been a bad reward for completing first domination. I don't even remember who the 2K20 domination awards were. That is how little of domination that I played that year. I genuinely can't remember. Because I remember 2K21 at least was like Elgin and stuff. And we had George Mikan. I genuinely can't. 2K20 domination. Oh yeah, it was Sean Kemp. Oh yeah, they were bad. They were really bad. Yeah. At least they've gotten a little bit better this year. But yeah. Now let's go on to Jabari. I think Jabari's better than all of these diamonds. He's a niche. Like, he can act as a point center. He can act as a he can act as a point center. He's great on offense. He plays no defense. And but when I say he plays no defense, he genuinely plays none. So if you are going to get cooked, like, if you are using this guy, I was even going to say, oh, you can use this guy unlimited. You really can't. You really can't. Like, you used to always be with certain cards being like, oh, you can have fun with this game. And that's one of the things that I hate about my team this year, is that in other years we could always say, you can have fun using X, Y, and Z card. We have always been like, you can have fun using these cards. However, nowadays you can no longer say that, because me saying, oh, I can have fun with this card. It's not fun getting bought by 30 in high bracket SPMM. It's not fun being 17 and 17 and matching up with FF Lido's 3 million MT squad 3 times in a row. Like, that's not fun. No matter what team, there are no cards I can use that makes that situation fun. So, unfortunately, the whole quote-unquote, you can have fun with this card, like, logic is now thrown out the window, because it is not fun getting bopped by competitive players in every single game, because you're trying to use a bunch of cards that you like. Gone are the days that you can use a bunch of cards that you like in real life. No, you submit to the meta, or you are getting destroyed and you are not having a fun time. That is the unfortunate truth with NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. You cannot simply have fun without sweating your ass off. And if you do not enjoy sweating your ass off, you are not going to have fun in this game. And as much as I hate to say that, it's the truth. But then we got Jay Crowder. I mean, Jay Crowder is like B. Like, he's not actually that much worse than Jameson. I like Jay Crowder. I think he's a really good shooter. He's got that James Harden base, which I really like. His defense is really, really solid. So I'm going to put him in B tier. Mashburn, the Monster Mash, is in A tier. Jamal Mashburn is a really, really solid card. He is really solid. Like, his jumper is pretty nice. Just everything about Jamal Mashburn is good. He's just not spectacular. He's just really not. Like, there's nothing he does particularly well. I mean, he does at an outstanding rate, but he does kind of everything pretty decent. So for that reason, especially with the cards here, he's way better. He's like a way better version of Crowder. So I'm going to put him in A tier. Worthy. I'm going to put Worthy in C, but I mean, if you want to argue Worthy in B, I'm not going to argue. You know, I'm putting Worthy in B. Worthy is like, he's Chris Webber, but worse in every way. And if you guys don't know, they're the same jump shot, same upper, very similar player builds, very similar animations. The only real difference between these cards is that Webber is better in every single way. And, well, that's a lot of different. There are a lot of differences. Yeah, I basically just said one player. Like, basically, imagine if Chris Webber had a Ruby card that could play small forward. That's what Worthy is, pretty much. They're almost the same. Worthy shoots kind of well. Worthy's post game is actually really, really good as well. And he was brilliant for his time. Like, dude came out 1 week after launch, and he was 2,000 MT. He was so good for his time. Then we got Jeff Green. Jeff Green, I think he's slightly worse than a Worthy. Jeff Green's release is super fast, though. It is super fast. The power forward position sucks, doesn't it? Like, these guys are all good. But after A tier, it really does suck. Jermaine O'Neal. I mean, B, C. C because you can't really get away with non-shooter nowadays. Sorry lads about the pausing. I do apologize. Jerry Lucas. Jerry Lucas is gonna go D. I hate him. 30 something. You know, C. He's like way worse Bob Pettit. He's like way worse Bob Pettit. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this card at all. Josh Smith A, but you could argue him up in S. I really like Josh Smith. I prefer Josh Smith to Anthony Davis, but I know most people don't, so I'm going to put Josh Smith down in A tier. But if you wanted to argue Josh Smith in S tier, I don't think you would be wrong. He's brilliant. So then, after Josh Smith, we have got Julius Randle. And Julius Randle, for me, he's a different type. Well, he's not a different type of player. He's the exact same type of player to Jabari, except I think he's that little bit better in terms of going to the basket, but he's that little bit worse at shooting. But again, he is a niche player. Julius Randle does not play defense. Julius Randle, but he does handle the ball exceptionally well for a guy that can play center. He's very, very similar to Jabari in what he does. So I'm gonna put Julius in B. You can argue, like, Julius honestly argues, or you can argue in B or C. He's one of the two. Then we've got Juwan Howard. So Juwan Howard, wherever Amari is, he's just worse Amari. So he's gonna go C tier. I was impressed with this card when I used him because he is not the worst player in the world. Simply put, he's not the worst player in the world. And for that reason, like, Juwan's gonna go C tier. Lamar Odom. Ooh. I think with how weak the power forward position is, I gotta go B. We got so many guys here in C. I'm gonna have to start moving around some people in tiers. So you go down. I like you, but you go down. You go down. You go down. You go down one. You two guys go down. He goes down. He goes down. Are we cool with that? Not as many guys in B tier anymore. So then we have got Larry A. Larry shoots the ball really, really well. That's it. Actually, no. His defense is pretty good. He got the Huff Hustler badge. The problem with Larry Bird is that he can't really dunk the ball, and he is nothing. Like, he has weaknesses. He most definitely has weaknesses. And for that reason, we're looking at Larry Bird in A. Then we have got Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is... I know Splash loves him. Dude's a 6'6" power forward. He's really good. He's high B. But I don't think... I do not think that it's possible for me to put this guy above B. I really, really don't. Then we have got Nemanja Bjelica. So Bjelica... Why am I putting him here? He's like D. He is like D. But I think that's probably fair. He shoots. He shoots, and that's really, really it. Like, he doesn't do anything. He was the first moments card. He shoots. That's where he's going. Siakam. Siakam's going C tier as well. I mean, we've got an almost perfect distribution so far with our tier list, at least. But Siakam, he's going to go C tier. Then we've got Paul Silas. Paul Silas, yeah, he is our final S tier player. He is our final S tier player. Paul Silas is really, really good. He can shoot the ball again. He moves well. There is absolutely zero wrong with Paul Silas. And as well as that, defense is God tier. Like, his rating isn't the greatest in terms of his shooting, but because he gets every shooting badge, he shoots more than capable shooter. Problem is that this card was just basically fake. He was basically just fake for most people. Like, I know people that got him straight away. I played over 100 games in Sim. Paul Silas, I wish I got him. I'm probably going to go and end up getting like 15 Stricklands now. But yeah, I can't. I'll be sweating TGO when he comes back on the boards in a few weeks. Rick Barry. I'm Rick Barry C tier. I've played against some people that cooked me with Rick Barry. I genuinely have, but I don't think he's meant to be a great card. No, I don't think he's meant to be. He's not a great card. He's got a terrible release, terrible upper. I've just played against a dude who cooked me with him. Like, he is a point small forward, or he's a post small forward. If you're good in the post, he's all right. Rudy Hachimura, D. He's not it. I know he's free, but he's really not it. Duncan. Like, are any of these cards really it that we have left? Like, Duncan's one tier out of Jermaine O'Neal. He's a good interior presence, plays nothing on the perimeter, and isn't the greatest defender in the world. Chambers, D. Chest pass jumper, not the greatest shooter in the world, just a worse Jerry Lucas. And Jerry Lucas in the same tier. Ibaka, B. Zion. Am I under putting Zion by putting Zion in like this low tier? Because I mean, Zion's solid. Zion's not even solid. Zion is someone that's solid stats-wise, but is a terrible release. But it's like, I know we can't. The one thing he does well is dunk, but you can't get him into position to dunk. Oh, I don't know. My Gasnet. Surge, I think, is a no-brainer B tier. I don't know. Is B tier even Gasnet? It's like, is Zion that much better than... Oh, I don't know. Is he that much better than Rick Barry? I think I have to put him B tier because he's a pink diamond. This is one of the worst positions we have this year. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyway, yeah. That is the video. We have some really good power forwards. Like, AK and Dolph are so much better than everyone else. It is not even funny. The two of those guys are so much better. Then these three guys are pretty good. Then, look, A tier is not very good. Like, I'm sorry. Josh Smith, I like Josh Smith. I love Bob Pettit. But I'm going to even say this. Bob Pettit's not the best card in the world. This is the worst position in my team, and it's not even close. So, yeah. That is pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.